My dear sister, if you are reading this, it is because some part of your spirit is seeking understanding. You may be trying to make sense of a relationship that left you feeling broken, confused, or drained. I want you to know that you are not alone in this journey, and your feelings are a sacred part of your story. So often, especially as Black women, we are taught to be strong, to endure, and to fix things, even when those things are actively hurting us. We carry the weight of our families and communities, but sometimes the heaviest burden is the one we carry in our own hearts, in a relationship that feels like a beautiful prison. It is time we give a name to those invisible chains, so we can finally begin to break them. The name for this experience is trauma bonding. It is a powerful, deep emotional attachment that can form between you and someone who is causing you harm. This isn't a simple case of being in love with the wrong person. It is a profound psychological response to a repeated cycle of being mistreated and then shown kindness. Imagine a storm followed by a beautiful sunny day, over and over again. Your spirit gets so used to bracing for the rain that the sunshine feels like a miracle, a sign that things are getting better. This pattern of abuse followed by apologies, gifts, or affection is what creates the bond. It keeps you hoping for the sunshine, even when you know the storm is coming back. This bond is not a sign of weakness. It is a testament to your capacity for love, loyalty, and hope. The abuser taps into your best qualities and uses them to keep you connected to them. They learn what makes you feel loved and seen, and they use that knowledge as a tool. After a terrible fight or a period of neglect, they might suddenly become the person you first fell in love with. Charming, attentive, and deeply sorry. They might shower you with gifts or affection, making you believe that is their true self, and the abuse was just a mistake. This roller coaster of emotions creates a powerful, addictive connection that is incredibly difficult to see clearly from the inside. Let's be clear, this is not love. It is a survival mechanism. Your heart and mind are trying to find stability in an unstable and dangerous environment. The bond feels like love, and it can be just as intense, but it is rooted in fear, manipulation, and an imbalance of power. Understanding this distinction is the first, most crucial step. You are not crazy for loving someone who hurts you. You are a human being who has been caught in a carefully constructed trap designed to keep you right where you are. Recognizing the trap is how you begin to find the key to unlock it and set yourself free. Now, let's talk about how this trap is built, piece by piece. We have all been watching the news, seeing the trial of that powerful music mogul unfold. The stories being told in that courtroom are shining a bright light on the very tactics we need to understand. One brave woman testified about being forced into physically intimate situations that made her feel less than human, yet her text messages to him were filled with words of unconditional love. This is not hypocrisy, my sister. This is the very picture of a trauma bond, where the soul is split between the pain of the abuse and the desperate need to believe in the connection. It is the mind trying to make sense of the senseless. The manipulation goes far beyond emotional confusion. It often involves money and security. In the trial, we learned that the mogul paid the rent for the home where his ex-girlfriend and her child lived. When asked why she didn't just leave, she answered that it was her home, her child's home. That is not a simple question to answer when your very survival and the roof over your child's head are tied to the person causing you pain. This is a classic control tactic. By creating financial dependency, an abuser makes leaving feel not just emotionally difficult, but practically impossible. They turn your basic needs for safety and shelter into gilded bars on a cage. Another layer of this control is the use of threats and isolation. The man on trial allegedly threatened to release explicit videos of his ex-girlfriend to her child's father, a move designed to create shame and fear. This is how abusers keep you silent. They isolate you from your support systems by making you believe that if you leave, your world will be destroyed, your reputation ruined, and your family hurt. They might even use gifts to create jealousy and competition among the women in their lives, as we heard when one woman received expensive presents, while another only got trauma. This keeps everyone off balance and focused on pleasing the abuser rather than supporting each other. And then there is the most confusing part of the cycle, the kindness that comes after the cruelty. An assistant testified that after a violent fight or a traumatic night, the staff was told to bring the woman a good meal, arrange for a massage, or even give her an IV drip to help her recover. This is not care, it is maintenance. It is like polishing a car after you have crashed it. This calculated aftercare blurs the lines between harm and help. It makes the victim feel taken care of in the immediate aftermath, which reinforces the bond and makes the next round of abuse easier to tolerate. It is a sophisticated form of manipulation that convinces you he cares, right after he has shown you he doesn't. If you have ever been in this situation, you know that the question, "Why don't you just leave?" is one of the most painful things anyone can ask. It is a question that dismisses the invisible war being fought inside of you every single day. Leaving is not like walking out of a door. It is like trying to tear yourself away from a part of your own soul, even a part that is diseased. The trauma bond creates a sense of profound loyalty. You may feel that you are the only one who truly understands him, or that if you just love him enough, you can fix him and stop the pain. This feeling is not your fault. It is a symptom of the bond itself. This intense loyalty is tangled up with deep-seated fear. The fear is not just about physical safety, it is about the unknown. The abuser has become the center of your universe, for better or for worse. Leaving means stepping into a void. Who will you be without them? How will you support yourself? What will people say? These questions can be paralyzing. The abuser often reinforces this by telling you that you are nothing without them, that no one else will ever love you. After hearing this enough times, you start to believe it. The familiar pain of the relationship can feel safer than the unknown terror of starting over from scratch. Furthermore, as Black women, we often face an additional layer of pressure that makes leaving even harder. There is a societal expectation for us to be the ride-or-die woman, the one who stands by her man through thick and thin. We are sometimes judged harshly by our own communities if we choose to walk away, accused of being disloyal or giving up too easily. This, combined with a justice system that often disbelieves or fails Black women, can make speaking out feel like a pointless and dangerous act. You worry that no one will believe you, that you will be blamed for the abuse, or that you will bring shame to your family. So you stay. You stay because you remember the good times, the moments of tenderness that felt so real. You stay because you are financially trapped. You stay because you are scared of what he might do to you or your reputation. You stay because you feel a sense of loyalty that has been twisted into a weapon against you. You stay because you hope tomorrow will be one of the good days. Please hear me when I say this. Staying is not a choice you are making out of weakness. It is a survival strategy you are using in an impossible situation. The strength it takes to endure is immense, but that same strength can be redirected to help you heal. The most important truth you can hold on to right now is this. Everything you are feeling is valid. The confusion, the love, the hate, the loyalty, the fear. It is all a natural response to the unnatural situation you have been in. You are allowed to mourn the good parts of the relationship while also recognizing the poison. You are allowed to feel angry at your abuser and also miss them. Healing does not require you to make sense of these contradictions right away. The first step is to simply give yourself permission to feel them without judgment. Your heart is not broken in a way that cannot be mended. It is wounded, and all wounds need gentle, patient care to heal. This is especially true for us as Black women. For too long, our pain has been dismissed, our stories questioned, and our strength taken for granted. When we see a high-profile case like the one involving the music mogul, it can be triggering, but it can also be validating. It shows the world that this can happen to anyone, and it exposes the complex web of manipulation that is so hard to explain to people who have never lived it. Seeing these patterns laid bare in a courtroom can help you find the language for your own experience. It affirms that you are not alone, and that what you went through was real, calculated, and wrong. Healing is a journey, not a destination, and it begins with the decision to reclaim your own story. Start by speaking your truth, even if it is just to yourself in a journal. Then, find one safe person to share it with, a trusted friend, a family member, or a therapist who specializes in trauma. Building a support system is like building a bridge out of the chaos and back to yourself. These are the people who will remind you of your worth when you forget, who will sit with you in your pain without judgment, and who will celebrate every small step you take toward freedom. You do not have to do this work alone. Know this in your spirit. You are worthy of a love that does not demand you sacrifice your peace. You are deserving of a relationship that feels like a safe harbor, not a constant storm. The bond may feel unbreakable, but it is not. Every day that you choose to understand your past, to honor your feelings, and to seek support is a day you are loosening those invisible chains. Your past does not have to be your future. Healing is possible. Freedom is your birthright, and a life filled with peace, joy, and authentic love is waiting for you. It is time to do your work and claim it.